girl, you're sacrificing so much of yourself just to be with this person or to be friends with this person. And it's like, why don't you believe you deserve better? Hello? Like, hi guys, welcome to my channel. You guys, I just got this bowl and it's so good. I'm gonna see if it's hitting on anything, but let's try it out. I'm gonna like sit y'all here. It's so loud in here. I wasn't expecting it to be so loud, but here we are. I came to this place called Green Fetish that I normally come to anyways because I love. It's just pretty dope. Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I'm like talking really quiet because like I'm out in public. It feels so weird doing this out in front of everybody, but here we are. So while I was out, I just had like a couple things come to my mind where I just wanted to talk about it with you guys because I feel like maybe y'all understand my pain and what I've been going through. Sorry, this smoothie is bussin'. I added collagen powder to this and I could taste the difference. It's pretty great, actually. Anyways, I came to this place called Green Fetish in Greenville, South Carolina, hometown. I want to talk about like just church things and like things that I find to be very interesting. Let's get right into it, honestly, because I'm tired of procrastinating. Anyways, first point I want to make, I want to talk about how the church has become an aesthetic. I feel like a lot of times when we go on social media, we see people like repping Jesus or repping like the church in general, and like it being an aesthetic now. Like it's like this neutral color, overly aesthetic thing. And the other day I really thought about it, especially when I was going to church. By the way, I stopped going to my church. I left my church recently, and I'm still trying to get a grasp on how I feel about it. I'm still processing. Like I'm one of those people, like I don't like to prematurely like talk about things until like I have a full, well-rounded, digested idea and opinion about something. But I left and I'm still in the middle of my like thoughts about it. I remember just having like this whole thing of like talking to God and being like, when I first came back from California, my whole thing was like, God, I want to know if the version of you I know now can exist in the context of like religion. And right now the answer would be no. But I don't know. I still have days where I miss the church and I want to go back, and I have days where it's just like, you know, if something is causing your mental health, or if you have to bleed constantly in order to obtain this certain thing or to keep it in your life, then I'm a firm believer and that's not what God wants for you. You know, anything that God wants for you, it's not going to be such a, like, you won't have to sacrifice so much of yourself to be in that thing. You know what I mean? And I feel like with a lot of things when it came to the church, I was sacrificing so much and like being there in a way where I was sacrificing so much of my mental health to be there. I do believe God does require sometimes a sacrifice from us, but like sometimes it shouldn't have to require you to bleed all over yourself or to constantly be triggered. It's like being triggered by something, and you know, it's almost like getting physically cut, right? If you're constantly touching the cut, if you're constantly like, you know, doing that to yourself, thing would never heal. So it was so many things that would happen and I would be so triggered, and I just be like, well, like I'm over it, whatever. But in reality I wasn't. I was just kind of like brushing stuff under the rug. until like I would crash out. Like I'll just have a big blowout and just crash out. So I got to a point where I was just like, God, your way, but right now I just can't afford it. But anyways, um if something is causing you that much of your sanity, then it's probably not worth it, in my opinion. And also, I also thought about like, who are we when we sacrifice so much for other people, but we show up and we're nothing for ourselves? Like, you can't save anyone else if you can't save yourself. You know what I mean? So it was like, I want to show up for these people. I want to be there for these people, but at the same time, I am so triggered. I'm hurt. Like, I'm barely making it, and I can't even show up for anybody else if I'm sitting here like barely getting by, emotionally speaking. Another point I want to make is like, when it comes to friendships and relationships, like, if you're, the same thing applies like with friendships and relationships. Like, if you're constantly in these situations and you feel like you're sacrificing so much just to be in a relationship with somebody or to be in a friendship with somebody, where it's like you're bleeding out, but oh, we've been friends for X, Y, and Z, or we've been dating for this amount of time. But at the same time, like, girl, you're sacrificing so much of yourself just to be with this person or to be friends with this person. And it's like, why don't you believe you deserve better? Hello? Like, to me, it's like, you deserve better. And I wish more people would realize that. It's like, you don't have to stay in these situations just because, like you don't have to stay there just because. Like, if you truly believe you deserve better than what you're getting, go out and find better, or leave whatever it is alone and better will come to you. You know what I mean? Like, when did we get to this place of like the scarcity mindset of like, oh, this is the only thing, or this is the only person, or this is like the only friend? Like, girl, if you don't like honestly, truly, like, let's be so for real. Like, you deserve so much more than what you're settling for, but you only get what you believe for. If you don't believe, hey, better is out there for me, then you won't get better. You know what I mean? If you don't believe your healing is out there for you, then you won't be healed. If you don't believe God is going to come through for you and give you the thing that your heart desires, then you won't get it. But at the end of the day, you have to get to a point where it's like, well, I know what this is. I keep going in a circle with this thing. I keep trying over and over and over with this certain thing. And it's like, when do you get to a point where it's like, okay, enough is enough? I've been around this hurdle so many times. Like, I don't have to keep doing this. I don't have to keep doing this. Like, something has to change. You have to change the way you see the situation. You have to change. You have to make a choice, honestly, and be like, hey, I've been around this circle so many times. I know what happens. I've lived this story so many times, but I don't know what would happen if I was to walk away. Walking away is a thing of like, it sets a new start to something. So maybe this is your time to walk away, babes. Maybe this is your time to be like, hey, okay, I've been around this bush. I've been beating the same bush over and over and over, getting the same results. Literally, the definition of insanity is doing the same thing and expecting something different. Maybe it's time for you to do something different to get something different, babes. Maybe. I mean, I'm not saying that I know everything, but what I am saying is that from my personal experience, if you want different, you got to believe different. You got to do something different. Anything God gives you will not cut you and have you give you more than what you have. Anything God gives you is going to be fruitful and multiply, and it's not going to make you confused, have you going out of your way, stressing, fussing, cussing, you guys. Ugh. And also, y'all, this is season to clean house. Get rid of everybody, no shade. Clean house. You guys, this smoothie is actually really good. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about today. I was just out and I had these thoughts in my mind. I guess I'll come back and talk about like my experience with the church and how I feel once I get a better mindset about it. But as right now, I don't really know how I feel, but yeah. I'll see you guys next time. And I love you. Bye.